Good day, students. Before we start, let's have a quick review on our previous lesson. There are threats you should be aware of when using the internet. First is the malware. There are different types of malware, like virus, worm, trojan, spyware, adware, and second is the spam. Third is phishing, and the fourth is farming. Now, for our topic for today, it's all about protecting online reputation. Here are the objectives of our lesson. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to first, consider one's and others' safety when sharing information using internet. Second, determine and avoid the danger using internet. And third, be responsible in the use of social media networking sites. Nowadays, embarrassing moments are captured using any device you could imagine. What is worse is that people can easily upload it to the internet, or it can be stored forever. This could be impact not only your reputation, but also the people around you. But what does reputation mean? Reputation comes from the Latin word reputationem, which means consideration. It's how people consider or label you. Maybe it is good or bad. Your reputation is the general belief or opinion that other people have about you. For example, if you are considered as trustworthy and kind, you have a good reputation. What is worse is that people tend to ignore this fact and suffer from it later in their life. Now let's take a look on this short video clip.
What you put online is difficult to erase. Think before you post and you'll regret less. You can ask sites for things to be removed, and if this doesn't work, bury the bad stuff by increasing your positive online presence. You could ask your friends to help you with this. Go online and seek help for yourself. In addition to information, many sites have people you can anonymously talk to.
Here are the things you might want to consider before posting something over the internet. First, before you post something on the web, ask these questions to yourself. Would you want your parents or grandparents to see it? Would you want your future boss to see it? Or once you put something on the web, you have no control of who sees your post. Second, your friends depends on you to protect their reputation online. So talk to your friends about this responsibility. Third, set your post to private. In this way, search engine will not be able to scan that post. Fourth, avoid using names. Names are easy for search engines to scan. And fifth, if you feel that a post can affect you or others' reputation, ask the one who posted it to pull it down or report it as inappropriate. We all knew that the internet and social media has indeed become such a powerful tool. But don't forget that we are all the ones who operate it. We might have freedom to do whatever we want using the internet, but we must remind ourselves to be mindful and responsible enough with it. Cliché as it may be, but think before you click is the real solution. Before doing anything, reflect upon the decisions you will do and how it may affect others. Also, be aware, be educated, and be sensitive. One good thing about the internet is that it helps promote free speech. But like all freedoms, this should be exercised responsibly. And this sense of responsibility should be borne by us, the users. Again, think before you click. The Philippine government ensures the welfare of its people in their ICT experience by enacting various laws and regulations. When ICT grew in the country, several security issues arose and become a concern for lawmakers. These are incidents of theft, scam, phishing, and other activities that victimize Filipino people. Laws that aim to protect the people from these illegal activities were presented. First is the Republic Act 10627 or the Anti-Bullying Act of 2013. Bullying is defined as severe or repeated use by one or more students of a written, verbal, or electronic expression, or a physical gestures or any combination thereof, directed to another student that has the effect of actually causing or placing the latter in reasonable fear or physical or emotional harm or damage to his property. This law includes protection of individuals from bullying through electronic means. And this law includes an individual's privacy by using photos and other information meant to disgrace that individual. And the second is the Republic Act 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. This law protects an individual from various unwanted online cyber acts that may harm or evade one's privacy and integrity. Cybercrime offenses include but are not limited to integrity and availability of data, illegal access of computers through remote means without permission, interception of one's information from a private conversation or correspondence, acquisition of password and other vital information from an individual, and computer forgery and libel. It aims to address legal issues concerning online interactions. Among the cybercrime offenses included in the bill are cybersquatting, cybersex, child pornography, identity theft, illegal access to data, and libel. And another one is the intellectual property. Intellectual property is an idea, an invention, a form of literary work, or a research. You have the right as to how it should be used by others. The copyright law includes your rights over your work, and anyone who uses it without your consent is punishable by law. Next is the copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is colloquially referred to as piracy. It is the unlawful use of works protected by copyright law without permission for a usage where such permission is required, thereby infringing certain exclusive rights such as the right to reproduce, distribute, display, or perform the protected work or to make derivative works. It is the illegal duplication or theft of someone else's creative work that has been protected by a copyright. For you to understand well about that, let's define what is copyright. Copyright grants the creator a set of rights to protect their work. First is the right to produce the work. Second, the right to reproduce the work in copies. Third, the right to perform the work publicly or the right to display the work. Fourth is the right to broadcast the work digitally. Violating copyright law is known as infringement. Again, violating copyright law is known as infringement. In other words, the copyright law includes your rights over your work, and anyone who uses it without your consent is punishable by law. What are the examples of infringement? First is downloading and sharing MP3 files of music, videos, and games without permission of the copyright owner. Second, using corporate logos without permission. Third is the scanning a photograph that has been published and using it without permission or attribution. Fourth, placing a number of full-text articles on a course web page and allowing the web page to be accessible to anyone who can access the internet. Fifth is downloading licensed software from non-authorized sites without the permission of the copyright or the license holder. And sixth is making a movie file or a large segment of a movie available on a website without permission of the copyright owner. There are tips to avoid copyright infringement. First is understand. Understand that copyright protects literary works, photographs, paintings, drawings, films, music and lyrics, choreography, and sculptures, but it generally does not protect underlying ideas and facts. Second tip is be responsible. Be responsible even if a material does not say that it is copyrighted. It is not valid defense against copyright. Third tip, we have be creative. It is important to add your own creative genius in everything that will be credited to you. The fourth tip, know the law. There are some limitations to copyright laws. For instance, here in the Philippines, copyrights only last a lifetime of the author plus 50 years. There are also provisions for fair use, which mean that an intellectual property may be used without a consent as long as it is used in commentaries, criticisms, search engines, parodies, news, reports, research, library archiving, teaching, and education. In other words, the limitation of fair use provides exceptions to the rights of copyright holders in certain cases, like allowing people to use portions of works for non-profit, academic, and other purposes provided those uses stay within certain bounds. So if you have doubts that what you are doing does not fall under the policy of fair use, seek permission first. Now, to test your understanding about what we have discussed today, here are the questions that I want you to answer. Number 1, what is the main reason why we have security in using internet? Second, why do we have laws that protect us from cyber uses? Why do we have internet privacy laws? Third, do you agree that the internet defined as the information superhighway? Fourth, do you agree that the internet is the most dangerous place? Fifth, do you agree that the internet is the most powerful tool nowadays? And sixth, how safe are you when you give your information in the internet? To generalize our discussion today, let's remember that it is important to note that internet should be used correctly. Let's not allow ourselves to abuse technology. This may have caused bad effects on us when it is used improperly or in good manner. Because social media sites or internet are affiliated with irresponsible and careful use to avoid harm. And for your next activity, please make a campaign material promoting think before you click. Here are the rubrics that you need to consider in making the activity. Creativity, 25%. Content, 25%. Organization, 25%. Relevance, 25%. For the total of 100%. So that's all for today. And thank you so much for listening, and I hope you understand what we discussed today. I promise you that all of this can help you to become safe online and be a responsible user of internet. God bless you all.